good for the production sedans, but we are ready. Not this time, by the lights are still flashing. Alan Smallwood got me a little bit excited thinking that we're going racing, but the feature races always bring some excitement here at Ellenbrook. As we've got a field of 9, we had 14 start the night. It should be Josh Fraser off pole with his cousin Lawson Mays on the outside. A very entertaining front row. Row number 2 with the 84 of Jamie Higgs. Good run so far for Higgs. And the mighty Magna on car number 39 of Kendall on his outside. Row number 2 will be Possum Lawrence. And the gas man Gavin Conley in the 51. Row 4, Sierra Ivanhoe in the 33. And Wayne Livingston, it looks like he's back out in the 86. He hasn't actually fired a lap so far tonight. Let's see if the feature race goes lucky with Gary Leeson at the tail of the field. This is a 15-lap journey for the production sedans. Bit of a slip of the clutch from a few drivers, but we're underway.
Fraser leads them off into turn number 1 in car 5 for Blytheside Electrics. And the curb doctor, he's got his cousin Lawson Mays digging on the outside. The two Falcons are side by side into turn number 3 for the first of 15 occasions in the J&M Asphalt production sedan feature race. And Mays about half-track eyes where you want to be at the moment in the 18 Falcon. Slingshots into the race lead around the outside of Fraser, who's undefeated in the heat race competition. And Jamie Higgs, the Commodore, this might be the racetrack that works for the 84 at this point of the day. And he's right amongst it with the two Falcons in front of him. Here's car number 84 of Jamie Higgs. He followed the Falcon in front of him home in the state title. A-Main at Moora back in March of 2021. They were 3rd and 4th respectively in the state title. And Jamie Higgs is now in 3rd place from Jeff Kendall. Possum Lawrence, Gavin Conley, Wayne Leviston, Jeff Leeson. It is an 83 with a smoking Falcon in the 33 of Sierra. Now is the way they run in this 9-car 15-lap journey for the production sedans. And Lawson Mays, he's found a bit of car speed this time of the day. The lights come on, the moisture comes back through the racetrack, and the 18 is absolutely flying at the moment. He's got about 1.5 car lengths back to his cousin, his much older cousin, in Josh Fraser in car 5, and the 84 for Baldovis Bulk Haulage in the southern suburbs of Perth. Jamie Higgs trying to reel in those two Fords in front of him. Jeff Kendall a distant 4th at the moment. Rounding out your top 5, this is 77 of Possum Lawrence.
Do you think it's the moisture or the fact that he's driving an EL Falcon? You be the judge on that one. As there are your top 3 at the moment, passing Sierra Ivanhoe. Fraser has closed the gap on cousin Lawson. But is it going to be enough? Lawson Mays just looks like he's got the strength through the straights, but Fraser's been able to close, but you can't write off the 84 just yet as well of Jamie Higgs, who's just right there as well and waiting for a bit of family tingles to happen between your top 2. Higgs, who's been in and out of the seat between himself and his brother Mitch Killeen. Tonight though, it's the owner Higgs in the car and is now on the back bumper of Josh Fraser. This is quite a good race between these drivers. The distance might seem quite drastic at the moment, but any gap can be filled very quickly, especially with lap competitors in front of him and ones that are smoking as well. That's Gary Leeson ahead of your top 3 smoking. He's running the bottom. The fast cars know the right way around, running up against the wall. Fraser's there. He loves to hit the cushion, but Mays in the mighty EL Falcon is showing the strength at the moment.
Just starting to close up at the front. You have to fill between the 18 and the 5. There's Josh Fraser at a big lunge into turn number 1. Really closing in on the 18 in front of him of Lawson Mays. We're got 6 laps remaining next time around. You got to feel this is going to be a pretty close finish between the two cousins who both reside just up the road at Poolsbrook. Lawson Mays in 18 and the 5 of Josh Fraser throwing everything at our race leader. Put a bit of gap between themselves and the 84 Commodore of Jamie Higgs. Long way back to Jeff Kendall and even further back to Possum Lawrence. Jeff Leeson in the 83 has put the EL Falcon out of its misery. Sounded like it was running in first gear when it was coming down the straights. Smoke coming from the Falcon and it was doing plenty of revs. So the 83 is OUT out of this one. And Josh Fraser ever so slightly closing the gap on his cousin Lawson Mays. And turn number 1 seems to be where he seems to be making the most ground on the 18 in front of him. in the Blythe Electrics Falcon. Can he find a way past Lawson Mays, who just bobbled over the cushion down there in Hawkins' corner?
Closing the gap indeed, and he's right on at the car, looking a lot more straighter than what Mays has. Here comes a dive to the inside. Does it stick? Yes, it does. New race leader down the back straight is Fraser. That was a move from car number 5 as we've got a big crash. Big crash into turns number 3 and 4 right above the Hawkins corner. That's Possum Lawrence and Gavin Connolly. It looks like there's been a scrape to the concrete wall you just saw there on the right-hand side of your screen. But the good news is both are able to power away.
I think Gavin Connolly might, when he first pulled away, it might have just been a bit of a bump or something.
To run the top like he has for the last 11 laps. We're going to find out as they go into turn number 1. It's Mays, Fraser, and the 84 of Jamie Higgs. This is going to be a grandstand finish for the feature race. They're all nose to tail right up against each other. There's no love lost between the family members. Mays goes to the bottom. It's Higgs to the... Actually lost the wall, and Fraser goes into the wall hard.
By the looks of things, I'm not sure if something failed on the 5 car, Morgan, but just went extra deep into turn number 1. And unfortunately, the 5 has come to grief in a big way. And I'd hazard a guess that'll be the end of the race for the driver of number 5, who on the opening, the only 2 heat races that we had here tonight at the Always Plant High Ellenbrook Speedway for the production sedans. He's gone super deep off the end of turn number 1. Could be a failure, component failure in the front end of the Falcon, but nevertheless, new venue at Eastern Creek. So a huge week of sprint car racing coming up in New South Wales and Queensland. But if you haven't got much to watch on the TV, SpeedwayAustralia.tv is the website to go to for some of those events. But Clay Per View tomorrow night, clayperview.com for tomorrow night's show of the High-Tech Oils Toowoomba Speedway. So through Ash Media, Speedway Australia TV and Clay Per View, there's plenty of stuff happening at this time of the year around the place, even a bit of stuff going on in Victoria through the Dream Multimedia Group. So
yeah, they've got Mount Gambier on tonight, so anywhere you look.
Plenty of Speedway happening across the nation, and we only dreamt of this 10, 15 years ago that you could watch racing on your phone or your smart TV at home from any part of the country live. As we're live here tonight at the Always Plant High Ellenbrook Speedway, and the production sedans have got 4 laps remaining and 6 cars to run. Possum Lawrence now out of the race, and Jamie Higgs with a big lunge into turn number 1. Looks to the inside of Lawson Mays and Jeff Kendall. Don't discount the Magna, as well as the 2 Commodores, the veterans, Gavin Connolly and Wayne Leviston. This is going to be a pretty good finish, Morgan.
This is going to be an entertaining finish. The 5 of them are all still strapped on, chasing the 18 of Lawson Mays, Higgs and Kendall. But the battle now is for second place as Wayne Livingston now makes it 5 cars left. We had 14 start the night, start the feature. And now we've got 5 remaining. And Sierra Ivanhoe in her first ever feature race for production sedans is going to see herself finish in position number 5. It's still Mazo with Higgs right on the tail and 2 laps remaining in this one. We are so close for Jamie Higgs to be able to challenge Lawson Mays. Mays has had a few challenges throughout this one. It was from cousin Josh, but Smalley with 1 to go. It's all car number 18.
It is Lawson Mays, who grew up racing junior sedans at this venue. Has 1 lap between himself and probably the biggest win of his production sedan career. Jamie Higgs is up in smoke. The Commodore is all out of noise. The V6 power plant has given up on him right when he was in a podium position here tonight at Ellenbrook. So a depleted field is going to finish. His 4 cars are smoking Lawson Mays.